Okay, I'm up now.
They had milk and they were very small.
Okay.
It's a very festive because it was a blackberry way back when it was day.
Hello, everybody. Hello, Merry Meet everybody. It's MicheleMarieDalene. Well, last night we had a good live stream, but unfortunately nobody really came. Except for two other people, which we had. It was a good night overall. I'm not interested in the musical commercials, YouTube. Just trying to find my channel here. Let's see. Close that window. Go to my window. Let's see. You'll see as a thumbnail again. Okay, so right now I have one person on already. At least one person watching, anyway. I don't know if they're on yet. But, hello, whoever you are. And welcome to the tonight's edition, the Monday night edition. Show started a little late. Is YouTube finally sending out the invites like they should be on the notifications? I don't know. As has been pointed out before many times, YouTube has sometimes for channels will not send you out your notifications, despite the fact that I tell them to send out the notifications, they sometimes don't do, and then you wonder why you're not getting any invites. And I'm sorry if you happen to be one of those people who have not seen the invites. That's why if I can, I'll tell you the day, I'll tell you the time, so you can put it into your own invite, into your own calendar, and then be ready to go. This afternoon I did a video letting you know how I felt about Chuck Schumer and what Chuck Schumer was doing to the economy and to the people around him. I also gave you a link to the Congressional Switchboard so that you can actually contact your representatives, either Republican or Democrat or Independent. And the majority of people did not respond to me, although Skynet did agree that he was pretty supportive of the fact that I was going out of my way to let some going on now. So, just to remind you to tell your officials to get out there and get it done. Republican, Democrat, whatever the case may be. America needs them to focus on the needs of the American people regardless of your income bracket. As Carrie pointed out to me in a message, she said Mr. McConnell has a $22 million net worth. Not exactly the average person working in a small job, like a local gas station or even McDonald's. That's pretty easy to think about. How does someone get to be worth $22 million? Well, as I said earlier, over 70% of the country can only dream of getting that kind of money. A net worth of $22 million is insane. Ridiculous. it's going to be one of those slow days. I consider right now there's not really many people on. So, depending on how many people come on, will determine how long we're going to stay on, because I don't want to stay on for hours and end, and then there's basically, say to myself, what was the point? When I see Cerebral Assassin is here. Hello, Michelle. Just popped in to say hello and hope you are well. I'm fine. Did you receive a notification? I'm just curious because I wonder if YouTube is still playing the notification game on people. Because last night I found out a lot of people did not get the notification of the live stream. Well, we gotta admit that is still a problem. Yeah. Yeah, it was last night. No one got the notification. Maybe I can spice up the water a little bit. Maybe you have to give yourself some tea. Wake up. Yeah, I'm a little tired. I actually, so let me send out some notifications to my feed. To Facebook, because I have most of my audience is on Facebook. Okay, you get a notification. Excellent. A lot of people didn't last night. Not sure of the reason, but that is what I was told. They didn't get a notification last night, and so people had no idea what's going on. I see Nightbot finally woke up. Hello, Nightbot. Yeah. How are you doing, Gary? Latest news in Minneapolis is the city council member that was one of the people out to abolish the police said she could not give a straight answer or straight face of what's going to happen if they do successfully manage to cancel and abolish the Minneapolis police force. President of the city council, I forgot her name here, would not answer the question of how it's going to affect protecting the citizens and preventing crime. William Barr of the Justice Department is very concerned about the demand for people to defund and abolish the police departments. And I have to admit, I could see the reason behind that. That's good. As I stated out when I started seeing the show, it is amazing to imagine somebody like Mitch McConnell can get $22 million net worth, whereas me and everybody else in America cannot even visualize even having $1 million net worth. I don't even know how anybody gets that much net worth. It's pretty amazing to think about. How can they not have police unless they mean no police but Homeland Security? Well, that's a good question. I don't know. Me and Carrie talked about that off camera. I wonder if instead the Minneapolis would depend on the state police forces. In other words, does Minnesota have a strong state police force? I don't know. even if they do pass that legislation, something tells me that the Minneapolis City Council will probably backtrack on it pretty quick. Yes, you can. You can post the Amber Alert link. Absolutely. If there is one, you can post it. You have the ability to. Let me go grab my tea. It's in the house. And I'll be right back. Okay. I had to take my tea bag out of my tea and steep plenty because I fell asleep for 2 hours. It's strong enough. I don't need it. Any stronger than that. Well, your police force has certainly become more militarized in the last few years, so this wouldn't be a surprise. It's absolutely true. But then the thugs become more militarized too, especially the major drug cartels, which is what they're trying to stop. You see, you gotta understand that all it comes down to the fact is that our police forces need to become more militarized to deal with the thugs, who are also armed and organized. Some police even have armored personnel carriers that they got through the Section 1123 program. Retired carriers from military that are given to the police forces that need them. Unfortunately, that comes with training. And let's be honest, the military doesn't have a lot of empathy for what they consider the enemy. Which only adds to the concern. Yes, with your CIA also do fun things. Yep. I don't know which drug cartels are in Minneapolis, but there are definitely militarized gangs and any major city. As part of the training that the police are given under the Section 1123 program from the military. If anybody knows the name of the actual drug cartels in the city of Minneapolis and they would like to give the names of the groups, you can certainly type them. Unless, of course, within reason you're afraid of potential reprisal. That also is an issue with your government. Too many fingers, too many pies. Too many spies, too. CIA, the NSA, TSA, which is part of Homeland Security, it makes jurisdictions determining where you're supposed to serve much more difficult. So, like I said, yes, we do need police reform. Today, Donald Trump had a meeting with members of the police community this afternoon, discussing this exact thing about what is needed for police reform. So, I mean, that tells you a lot. It's not that the reform isn't needed, because the reform is needed. How much can be done to change the problem that has become a problem over many decades? I think some of the abuse of power became after the war on drugs. Started in 1973 under Richard Nixon. Made worse in the late 80s, mid 90s. It's just example of what's going on. Police have to get themselves into things that where they don't know what the enemy is doing, which in this case are assailants. They have no idea what the crime is when they come into on the scene. So they have to be prepared to deal with things. From anything from a simple putting a person under arrest and putting them in the back of the police car, to calling in the SWAT team. It all depends on what's going on. And of course, the police officers are always putting their lives in danger, not knowing what they're getting involved with. Says there's an uptake in meth distribution in Minneapolis because of Mexican cartels. Well, thank you. And she sent something about... Yeah, there's meth cartels, cocaine, crack, PCP, fentanyl. Oh my God, I mean, it's almost all in there. And the police have to be very careful with fentanyl because that stuff is super, super easy to overdose even on the dust. So, when dealing with fentanyl, it's almost like having to deal with hazmat, because it is a hazardous substance. And even something that is not necessarily is toxic and dangerous as fentanyl can result in police putting themselves in lives on the line, like dealing with the destroying of a meth lab. Which is certainly bad too. Or breaking up gun runners. Organized crime is a big problem in many major cities. So, like I said, police don't know what they're getting into, so they have to be proactive and aware of what's going on. Yeah, it's just a general mess. Minnesota law enforcement saw surges in meth, cocaine, and heroin seizures last year. More evidence that drug cartels are operating a thriving network from Mexico in the Midwest. So people says to the question about drug cartels, yes, white supremacist, yeah, that's that too. Mexican cartel organizations have staked a claim here. Minnesota has become a national distribution hub for meth, creating a new epidemic of cheaper and more potent product than ever before. Cerebral says, so yes, Minneapolis is just as bad as everywhere else. Joe said, what drugs have you done, Michelle? Tobacco. That's about it, and alcohol, but I don't drink anymore, so. I never got into drugs. See, I smoked cigarettes when I was younger. I still chew tobacco today, but I do not smoke cigarettes. I do not drink alcohol. So, because I am a predisposed alcoholic, because alcoholism runs in my family, I choose not to drink. That was a decision I made at 7 years old, and that's a decision I will stick by. Even to this day, today, I'm in the ground. That's one of the reasons why I hardly ever take the privilege of taking the body and blood of Christ to communion. I'll take the bread, but I don't usually drink the blood, which is very heavy red wine. I don't want to trigger the latent alcoholism addiction which exists in my family. I don't need that. I don't need to get drunk and then lose control of myself. There we go. Sure, a little sideways here. Cerebral, Carrie says, I have no idea. Well, the same is true also with other major cities, as well. You know, New York, Boston, Chicago, Hartford. Well, Hartford's not a major one, but it's pretty big. Atlanta, St. Louis, Los Angeles, Nevada, Las Vegas. Yeah. Drug issue is because people want those drugs. Maybe the United States should be more like Holland. Maybe we should just basically just turn the blind eye to it. Legalize it. Make sure that you're at least 21 years of age, and basically let's let everybody just do what they're going to do to themselves anyway. Maybe that would solve part of the problem. However, since there is a major drug issue in Minneapolis, abolishing the police, like the city council member suggested, sounds like literal suicide. To think that the city thinks that abolishing the police force is going to solve the problem for the city of Minneapolis. I don't see how they can even think that's going to solve the problem. Because once they do that, it's like getting rid of the local house cats in the neighborhood. Rats and mice are going to come in and they're going to claim the turf. The next thing you know, you got to go in, you got to call an exterminator and rodent control because the last cat is gone. I know, my cat's still around here. You saw in the picture. Yeah, he went downstairs. Anyway, so get rid of the police, it'll be like getting rid of, as I said, like getting rid of the last neighborhood cat. Not at all a good thing, and everybody loves the neighborhood monkey because he keeps all the birds and rats and mice and snakes under control. Something to think about. Let's see what we got for news, so I can give you some of the stories I just mentioned, just so we understand. I'm not a person that won't at least read the story links. Now you can look them up yourself. So come on, phone, load up the news app. Okay, Barr confirms a focused Antifa investigation rips dangerous push to defund the police. Let's see what else we got. Afro-American conservative takes on toxic narratives about policing in America. Biden comes out against defunding of police as movement gains traction. Barr blasts Kennard that Park police cleared out protesters to let Trump visit church. Totally is false. Horrifying numbers, the city sees its deadliest day in 60 years with 18 murders in 24 hours. Let's see. Well, that's a little clickbaity as anything. State Department calls the free man jailed on dubious spy charge in Iran. TV star fired from series after racist, misogynist tweets resurface. Trump says he wants to see policing done in a more gentle fashion. Bail set to Derek Chauvin, ex-police officer charged with second-degree murder of George Floyd. New poll has bad news for President Trump in re-election race. Chick-fil-A says photo of worker wearing a black, the blue shirt is taken out of context. Coronavirus asymptomatic spread appears to be rare, WHO official says, so that's good. I mean, CrossFit founder apologizes for George Floyd tweet as Reebok cuts ties. Let's see here. I'm trying to go through this here. Kobe Bryant's widow Vanessa seeks hundreds of millions in damages in wrongful death suit. Last I'm going to read for right now is Kayla McAney says CNN's Chris Cuomo, Don Lennon encourages non-peaceful George Floyd protests. Let's see. What else we got here? Anything else real quick here? Trey Gowdy on calls to defund the police, quote, who is going to do the jobs that cops would do now? Good question. Who would do the jobs? Get rid of the cops, and you're going to get rid of a lot of things that you need. So, yeah, the defund the police movement is becoming a real thing. Doesn't seem much of a common sense in America, that's for sure. Defunding the police makes no sense at all. It just doesn't, because who's going to do the jobs that the police do, such as health and safety and welfare checks for the people? I don't know. You know, the whole idea of defunding the police sounds like a great way to potentially create a whole new headache of new people doing the jobs that our police have done, such as traffic control. Okay, since I gotta get caught up here. Cerebral says, like a lot of state and cities, if you dig out, you'll find out. So what happened when Google cartels is the first one that came up was white supremacists. Strange when you think about what's going on. Gary says, Cerebral, it's really interesting how groups say that they have a political or social purpose, but really they're just gangs. Carrie says, Michelle, I love Trey Gowdy. Really wish he ran. I really wish he would run too. For God's sakes, I really wish that the Democrats did not put Joe Biden up for the nomination. Cerebral Assassin says, I need to go to bed. It's getting late here. Have a good day, Michelle, Carrie, and the chat. Keep up, guys. Most of the world just got your backs. Peace out. Same to you, and watch the rerun in the morning. I don't know how long we're going to be on tonight, but we'll see what happens. Just to remind everybody, if you would like to see the phone lines as part of the package, this is your chance to please sign up for our Patreon account and become a patron for like $10 a month. And once we shall a goal of $100 pledges each month, we can go ahead and get the phone lines turned on. Just go to www.patreon.com/BICHELA. If you can't do $10, if you can do $1, $5, that'd be fine. It'll just take us long as to reach the goal of $100. But this is up to you guys. If you really want the phones, this is what you need to do. You need to help us make it happen. There is no deadline, but that sooner we get up to the $100 pledges per month, the sooner we can get the phone on, or the month of October, whichever comes first, because unfortunately, by the time, if we ever do get a stimulus, it probably won't be until August anyway. So, it's up to you if you want to get it sooner than August or October to put some money in our Patreon page. It's www.patreon.com/BICHELA. So keep that in mind. That's how you can do it. That's how you can make it possible to get the phone on before October, because we cannot even give you any other earlier date than that, since the stimulus payments won't be actually discussed until after the July recess that Senate and the House are taking. I don't know why they take so many damn holidays, but they sure do, and it drives me crazy to think they seem like they just got out of one in May for Memorial Day, and now they're already planning on taking the holiday again for 2 weeks on July 4th, and so after July 4th, that's just nuts. Really, not exactly your normal kind of day. Your money for nothing and your chicks for free. That ain't working out. That's definitely not what Congress does anything. Sorry, no thanks, Gomez. So, seems we have pretty much covered the main topic, which, as I mentioned earlier, this vlog this morning, we talked about the whole thing about Mitch McConnell and how you need to contact your senators and your House of Representative members and tell them to get their head out of their old collective asses and contact them at the switchboard. I just posted a link to it so you can actually reach them. Even if they're not your representatives, that's okay. Contact them. Tell them you want them to get back to work and get the job done that you appointed them into office to do. I don't think I'm interested in that anyway. I don't know anything about that product. $100 a month for the next 4 months, unless or until the second stimulus check comes through. Pretty much. Yeah. Yes. Very much the case. Of course, if somebody would like to bankroll up the full $400 plus dollars up front. If somebody wants to be donate that much money, that is fine. Because I need the money to get the phone on, which I got the donation for. But then I need to pay for pretty much 4 months of service to actually make sure that we don't run short for the bill. And if we ended up running short on the bill, and I got my service disconnected because of lack of payment, I would be more than pissed. My credit score would be terrible, and my local phone company, Frontier, will never forgive me. Okay? So, you guys have got to understand that I'm actually being very honest when I say I would not be able to fully finance the phone line myself until October, because my rent goes down from $900 back to $700 a month in October. So, that's why we need to do that. Of course, if we get more than the $400, we can use that money to also do other things like unboxing demos. And like Carrie said, Michelle, you got a green screen on your in your living or in your multimedia studio. You can probably get some more green screen material or a couple of some green poster board and put it behind the wall. And then with a good inexpensive MacBook running Cam Twist or even OBS and a webcam, you could actually still do the same thing outside with the special effects and simulate that, which is true. So, buying cat food in McDonald's. I haven't bought cat food because we bought 40 pounds of it. We still have it. We still have enough easily until September. I did not go to McDonald's this month. I'd like to, but I'm not going to McDonald's until the McDonald's opens, possibly in stage 2, which probably won't be until the 20th of June 2020 in the state of Connecticut. So we'll have to see what happens with that, because I have not eaten out at all this month. I ate out on May 14 days ago. Well, like the last, to ABC Pizza, ate outside. Yeah, that was in late May. Right. I was treating homeless Mike out to dinner for the time to help me out. So, says, yeah, I like a green screen. You should get some cool graphics behind you. That's what I want to do. I don't even know what that is anyway. Y'all have been kidding. Y'all have been kidding all this time? Question mark. I don't know anything what they're talking about though. But Michelle, don't ferment your own. No, I wouldn't do that anyway. That'd be toxic. And very, very bad for the environment. Very bad for your lungs. Besides, if you want to smell fermented sewage, just be around when the local septic tank pumper comes ahead and lifts the cover of your septic tank. There you go. That's all the stink you need. Yeah. Or sit around garbage dumpsters that haven't been dumped in 2 weeks. It's not toxic after fermentation. It's a septic. Okay, I don't know if you know anything about waste management, but it is not. I used to empty the gray water tanks in Ed's motorhome, honey. I can tell you, no matter how much treatment you put into a gray water or black water tank of a mobile home, it still stinks. I wouldn't even bother to pump the tank out. I had to do it for him. Trust me, I had to touch that crap with gloves. Thank you very much. Or every time I have to clean my cat box, it's kind of similar. No, it's not. Mr. Jones, the amaranth of you, don't knock it off with this discussion. I'm gonna have to block you. Really? Thanks, Michelle. I can't imagine it being breathable, but humans are so weird that I thought maybe it's a thing. Michelle, I like the lungs. Any kind of ammonia, be it from the cat pee or human pee, is extremely astringent to the lungs. It's actually a variation of diluted nitric acid. It's not at all something you want to be breathing too much of. I'm warning you first. That's something that's better than some people do. Oh, that's what your thinking is, huh? Well, I don't think that's going to go well. Considering a good portion of my subscribers are not necessarily going to support that. You know Bloated Kiki, right? I don't think he's going to sit there too peaceful if you threaten people like that. And he's got a wrench here too, so... Kerry says, y'all be nice. I spend a lot of my time trying to get all of y'all unblocked. LOL. You can come on here and just talk religious crap, but we can't. Oh, in case you don't know, Pop isn't even here right now. And yes, Pop is not blocked. Do. Can talk religious crap, but we can't. I didn't say we're not having a discussion. She doesn't get why y'all think it's funny. Discriminate. It's a serious religious experience. Look, I used to empty the gray water tanks in my friend's motorhome. Trust me, it's not a religious experience. It's a stinky chore. It's not something It's not good for the lungs to have somebody's pee and poo sitting in a holding tank in a motorhome for a couple of days and then having to dump that into the dump site. It's not fun. Or like it's happened a couple times where the hose came off the trailer end and all of a sudden you taking a bath. I've had that happen to me once. It was almost as bad as the movie RV. That's what happened. We had a hose come off and it was being dumped. And I got it all over me in the process. Please respect the religiously discriminate. But still, the question that I asked is still kind of valid though. Sorry about that, guys. I heard the outgas. No, I don't have that fight. It's just. Well, anyway. Let's try to get this thing back on a sane discussion point. Actually, Marissa already went downstairs. He's not up here right now. Let's see. Okay, you got 6 people inside. No, that's not the case. All this talk of methane created subliminal messages in your stomach. Okay. Well, I don't really want to get into the fart jokes and stuff, but honestly, like I said, I've actually had to deal with a lot of the actual situation of cleaning holding tanks from motorhomes. So yeah, it's not fun. But it's a dirty job, like Micro Tanks think about. Dirty jobs everywhere. Well, you know, on a serious note, you realize that the average flatulence is more air than methane. Did you know that? It's more air than methane and sulfur compounds. It's true. It's been Mythbuster tested flatulence. They did a whole special on it. Is that the majority of the methane, most of the farts that come out of your butt is mostly air, along with some other things, including related to methylmercaptan, which is actually one of the stinks in natural gas. It actually comes from methylmercaptan. Your body, in some cases, produces enough methylmercaptan stink that makes it smell bad. Some people don't make much methylmercaptan. Mine varies. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It all depends. But most of the fart is mostly air that got trapped in your digestive system from eating. So, because remember, your digestive system is not entirely air-free. It basically is a butt burp. That's really what it is. It's not... I know little kids love to joke about farts. I know. Fart in front of a little kid and they'll giggle and laugh their ass off. Literally. But unfortunately, it is a part of the digestive process. How you doing, Pop? I left a message on Hangouts 7 hours ago. Did you read it? No. I was probably busy doing other things. I wanted to kill you 7 hours ago. Let's see. Where was I? Let's see. In 1998, the New York Times mentioned in a story about the plight of zombie and AIDS orphans, the drug is made of fermenting sewage in a bottle, trapping the gas that is emitted and huffing it. Okay. Yeah, I figure this was what it is. Did you see my comments? I just saw your comments pop just now. I didn't look at the Hangouts yet, though. Yeah, it's real, Carrie. I remember reading about that. That can't be legal to mail. There's a guy in the 1990s who used to literally can his own poop. And you could buy the poop on eBay. I don't know if he still sells his poop on eBay. But apparently he made some good money selling his own shit. No joke. Seriously. I don't even know how eBay would even allow that. But they did back in the 90s. Or, wait a minute. eBay didn't exist in the 90s. No, it didn't. So he must have sold it other places. So it must have been a little later story. I mean, right after eBay had opened. No, he was selling it before then. Oh, okay. So I must have had a website or something when the web was still new. Probably. Can you call me on Hangouts? Your trolls attacked me on your Discord today. I don't know where I did see it, but I'm not sure what I was looking at, so I decided to leave it alone. I'm sure that those people have figured out that what goes on my Discord is pretty much not associated with this channel here. They're completely different platforms. Ugh. Tell you what I could do, Pop, if you're really, really bored. I could try calling you right now. But it's going to potentially screw up me being able to read the comments. Because you'd have to speak out loud right now if you want to have me. Because I can't read your comments and read your comments at the same time. So I still use my camera 64 HDD. You mean the 64 HDD cable? The X1541A cable, which was made custom for me. I still got it, yeah, but right now I haven't really done anything with the camera 64 lately. I've had it sitting in storage for a couple years now. I hope to eventually, if I had more room, I probably would set some of the stuff up, but I only got so many square feet of apartment to work in. The software he's talking about is called 64 HDD. That was produced by Nick Coplin. No, they're not. Seriously. Rusty, how you doing, cat? Mr. Cat's here. You gonna do a moon the camera now? Rusty cat. Yeah, it did work fine. But some computers in the Pearl port, you know, just sometimes can be hard to use it with. But it did work fine. The 64 HDD fast loader does not work with fast load. You have to unplug it when using with it. Otherwise, 64 HDD won't work with it. Of course, it doesn't emulate the Commodore 1541 EEPROM internals. Yeah, it's a good product. It does work. I believe if you get the commercially paid one, you get the GEOS accelerator with it, which will allow you to boot GEOS at a much higher speed. I never really understand exactly how it worked, but it does work. I gotta get a new SID chip for my Commodore 64C because unfortunately my SID chip for the sound chip broke. I gotta get a new SID chip, and it's the newer SID chip, and maybe what I might do eventually is get myself a Swin SID replacement, because getting a real 64C SID chip is very hard to find. It does 1581 drive emulation too, yeah. Oh, I know, Pop. I'll call you Pop. Just give me a minute here, okay? I gotta get to that app. Yeah. Alright, let me get this stupid thing on. Alright. Could turn off the ringer. I don't want people calling in here. Just hold on a minute. Okay. Oh, Pop didn't answer again. See, that's what happens every time I call him. More often than not, when I call him, he never answers the damn phone. And then he gets mad at me and yells, "I can't call you!" And then I try calling back, and he doesn't answer the phone. Well, the problem is we don't have the second phone line, so unfortunately, the way it's set up right now is we can't really do it. I can only get one person on, so if it's Pop, no one else can call. If it's somebody else, then Pop can't call. I just tried. I don't have his number. And I'm not taking a million phone calls from a million people out here because we don't even have the way to check them out ahead of time. Big cat. Big kitty cat with big claws. I gotta call back Pop again. I know he's gonna insist on it. Ugh. So, see. Go ahead, Pop. I see you. How you doing?
Hello?
Yeah, I'm right here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, how loud am I?
I'm doing alright. How are you?
No, I asked how loud am I?
Well, right now I'm just listening to the show, and
I asked how loud am I?
what's that tonight?
I asked how loud am I?
You're 18, going on 19 in November.
No, how loud? With the letter L-O-U-D, how loud am I?
You're about the normal loudness as you always would be. We're using my hand phone.
Oh, okay, I just want to make sure that I'm not vibrating across in the distance. I just don't want your whole building to hear me.
Oh, not that loud. I don't think the whole building can hear you, but of course it is going on a live stream so everybody else can.
Oh, alright, yeah.
So just be careful whatever you say. If there's anything that you want to say that's sensitive, I wouldn't say it on here. So let me go back to the show here and read the chat.
Yeah, I've been in pain all day today.
What came today?
I've been in pain all day today, but because of the stupid coronavirus, my operation has been delayed.
Right.
My operation was supposed to be in March. It's been delayed every single day till the coronavirus is over.
Right.
But I kept trying to tell my mom to call my doctor because I can barely take it anymore. I meant the pain is so extreme that the operation needs to be within 1 week. Or I could have a medical emergency.
Well, yeah, maybe you should go to the ER and...
But I can't because, no, I don't want to go to the ER. I want my normal doctor to operate it as soon as possible. But my mother's friend is giving her herbs, and we're thinking of using herbs for now until I can see the doctor.
Herbs?
And possibly fasting. I'm going to be fasting.
Okay.
I'm going to try fasting and using herbs for now. I've been using tea tree oil, and other things.
Yeah, you want to give the audience a quick 4-1 of what you're talking about so that people have an idea?
So I had an injury a few years ago, and I got a lump on my forehead that was really small. Eventually, it started getting bigger and bigger until and years of neglect and putting it aside. And then the doctors kept saying it's not a big deal until the doctors arranged an operation for me last year.
Right.
And they made me wait until this was in August. In August, I was supposed to have an operation, and they made me wait until December. In December, they canceled the operation and made me wait until January. In January, they made me wait until March. And now, because of the coronavirus, I can't even get it in March. And it's so ridiculous how these stupid doctors keep making me wait when my own health is at risk. So this lump that was from an injury years ago is now basically a mini tumor, and it's fucking going insane.
Right.
And it's affecting, and it hurts a lot, right?
Right. Well, it sounds to me like maybe you need to go to the ER and have an ER.
No. I need to see the regular. I need to have just the regular operation. The doctor said I can possibly be done next week or in 2 weeks.
Well, that'd be good if they get to it as soon as possible.
But I'm going to be doing some fasting. I'm probably not even going to eat for a few days other than just bread and water. Only bread and water. And no Coke. I'm not going to lie. I've been drinking some Diet Coke, which is kind of stupid because Coke just makes it worse when you drink Coke.
Right. So then don't drink Diet Coke. Is it Coke that makes it worse, or Diet Coke that makes it seem worse?
Sugar. It's anything sugary, even cookies. I really like cookies, but cookies
Well,
only
Coke
make it
is,
worse.
I don't know about the Canadian Coke, but U.S. Coke is high fructose corn syrup.
Yeah, and I've been talking to the spirits a lot lately for help, and I've been working with a spirit known as Santa Muerte,
Yeah.
and another one called Yamea. I've been working with Yamea and Santa Muerte. Santa Muerte is the Mexican saint of the dead. She's not officially canonized by the Catholic
Let me just
Church.
answer a bursting question asked here about the roadkill. I didn't order the swin set yet. I haven't had the extra money to order the swin set chip. I hope to get one, but now they got the new retro Commodore 64 or the C64, which of course doesn't have the actual IEEE 488 bus or the Commodore serial bus, so which means it wouldn't directly be usable with my existing gear, unless so the Swin Sid chip was made by a guy in Italy. Another the guy from YouTube has found a way to make a replacement PAL.
Michelle. Okay, we get it.
No, actually, you're not listening, Pop. When you ask me some serious questions about the Commodore 64, I want to answer them. There is a way to make a replacement for the PAL chip. If your PAL chip goes bad, what they call that thing, that fancy chip that does all the guts, you can reburn a new one. Is it the PGA chip? No, not the PGA. There are ways of replacement for the other chip besides the sound chip and video chip that goes bad in the Commodore 64.
I wanna talk about something else for a second. Can we?
Alright, so let's see what the other comments are. Thank you. She loves vintage computer stuff. Yeah, I do. Alright, go ahead, Pop. Now you can finish.
Okay, I want to talk about donating for a second. Even though I don't have physical money to donate,
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to use physical money to donate to you, Michelle. I can use my spiritual abilities to send you money indirectly. Whether you believe it or not, I can use my spiritual abilities to give you money.
Right.
Even though it's not going to be, even though it might seem like the money comes from someone else, I'm still sending it and making other people send it to you using my abilities.
Right.
Right.
Let's see. Okay, I zoomed in a bit and sent the comment to your phone, Michelle. Alright, I'll have to look at it in a little bit, Carrie. I do see a message.
So yeah, I've been working with Santa Muerte.
Just because once you post this live stream, it could take until tomorrow to see the chat again. Yes, I know. Also, in exchange, don't forget to do what I suggested and contact your congressional critter and tell them to get their head out of their ass and do what they do. Again, I just posted the information to the House of Congress switchboard so you can contact your senator and representative to tell them to get the stimulus bill out there and put the money in our pockets. Right now, we need on the Patreon, or we need a donor to donate $400 in U.S. cash, so that we can get the phone service started earlier. If you guys really love the phones, as you say you do, I already got a $220 donation to pay for the reinstallation. Now we just need to pay the bills for the month for 4 months until October, of when I will actually get my rent will go down from $900 to $700 a month. And at that point, I could actually take care of the phone bill out of my own pocket. So if you really are serious and you really want the phone back, that's what you do. You gotta have to work on that. So what was I gonna say here? Carrie says, Martin, you have to know that I'm just joking with you when I say pay her, Miss Colfie. POP says, I can't hear you. Well, is he still on here? I think he's still on here. Well, he was on here. Apparently he lost his connection. Okay. So hopefully he will be back soon. Well, you don't have the ringer on, so he can't call you. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I gotta turn the ringer back on. Hold on a minute, guys. No, don't turn the ringer on. Just, call him back. Got disconnected again. He got disconnected again. Too much going on. Okay. Call back Pop. Somehow we got disconnected, so. Okay. Come on, Pop, answer the damn phone. Nope, no answer. Alright, so it looks like I got a text message waiting for me. Let's see what it says here. Answer Pop at the same time. Go ahead, Pop. Sorry about that. We had a net split. Are you still there?
Yeah.
Okay. So let me see. I just got a text message in my phone. Let me just check that real quick.
No, Michelle, can you call me after the show as well? We can talk now, but I want you to call me again after the show.
Okay.
But we can talk now, but Mike, can you call me again after the show?
Yeah, I could try. Carrie, I don't know what the picture was you sent me because it gives me an error message that it didn't properly receive the multimedia picture. So you have to resend me the picture, Carrie, because I obviously something went wrong with the picture, so it didn't come down the pipe, or it's in a form that's not compatible with my Android device. I don't know what the story with that is. So let's go back to the comments here. Come on, hurry up, hurry up. There we go. Let's go back into the comments.
Can you stop ignoring me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Why are you ignoring me?
I'm not ignoring you. Yes, guy, I know you donated a video card. I still got it in here.
What about my donation? What about my donation?
Vic 2 chip, I think you're referring to.
I'm trying to talk to you.
I am hearing you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, so I asked you a question. You didn't even respond.
What's the question?
I'm tired of repeating myself. I asked, what about my donation?
I didn't get any donation from you yet.
That's not true.
Oh.
I've been sending spiritual donations.
Oh, okay. I get it. You said that before you got nut splitted. Yeah.
You have no right. But here's the thing, is I need your permission and your consent to put in spiritual work.
Yeah.
So I'm asking for consent if I can do spiritual work to help bring money into your life.
Yeah.
Right. I'm a high
Mitch
priest.
McConnell's official. I heard you were willing to speak with me.
Michelle, do you...
Listen to the other comment. Okay, Pop, go ahead. Are you there or did you net split again? It says
Oh,
it's...
is that?
There he is. Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
I was asking if you want me to place a curse on Mitch McConnell.
What about Mitch McConnell? I see he's supposedly typed here.
Do you want me to place a curse on Mitch McConnell?
No. The only thing I would want people
Why
to
not?
do is to make sure that he gets things done.
But if he can't get them done, then maybe he needs to receive a curse.
I'm sure a lot of people want to send him more than just a curse, Pop, honestly. People are desperate for that stimulus check. Even though the rest of the...
Why don't people just get a job? Why do they need a...
Because right now 30 million people are on unemployment. They're unemployed. And not all of them are getting unemployment checks in the Boost program.
So why don't we build factories for them to work in?
Because the factories are closed because of COVID-19. That's why a lot of production's been cut back.
Oh.
2000, let's see. You're not getting one more penny. No. Honestly, I don't know if that's necessarily true. Because you see all those crowds outside of your White House, outside of the Capitol, protesting? Those are my brothers and sisters out there. And they're mad. And they're mad because you're stopping them from getting the HEROES Act. You're actually not even reading the HEROES Act. I do agree there's a lot of extra things in the HEROES Act that are not a high priority. But the average American person is needing that money. What you gave us through the debacle of the Internal Revenue Service, through the Treasury Department, people haven't even gotten their first checks yet. And that's the reason.
Michelle, stop worrying about it.
Pop, I have to worry about it because it's a real big problem.
Are you getting your checks?
I got mine. Yeah, I got
So
mine.
why are you worried about it? If you
Because it's an American problem, Pop. Okay? What would you do if the people in Ottawa didn't even bother to keep up with the payments that they promised the Canadian citizens?
Well,
And
I
if your
haven't
parliament
received
sat
it.
on their hands and did nothing with the
I haven't
proposed
received-
bill
I
for
haven't-
months. I got an incoming phone call now, Pop. I gotta deal with the phone. I can only do one at a time. Hold on, caller. Go ahead, caller. You're on the show.
Oh, by the way, can I have a takeout large pepperoni pizza? And wait a minute. Hello?
Can you repeat that, please?
Is this the right number? Whatever. Can you order me pizza? I'm hungry.
I didn't order any pizzas.
That's the point. I asked you for pizza.
I think you got the wrong number, man. I'm sorry.
Ma'am, are you talking to a toilet, ma'am?
Okay, repeat that.
Are you a guy or a girl?
Well, I didn't order anything from you, so
Oh,
thank you for.
yeah, I know. That's the point. I ordered. Yeah, I know.
All right, thank you for calling.
That's what I'm saying. Your pizza has arrived.
Excuse me?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Your pizza has arrived, sir.
I didn't order a pizza.
Yeah, I know. That's the point. Your neighbor told me it was you, so...
Excuse me?
Is this the right number? Connecticut, right? This is Connecticut, right?
Yeah, I'm in Connecticut.
Yeah, so... Your pizza has arrived. We have charged the full $1,672 to your account. My dad's better at this, but he's in the shower right now. I can't go get him.
Well, like I said, I didn't order anything.
The full $1,679 has been charged. It's okay. We already got it. Your pizza has arrived.
Michelle, where is this person calling from? What area code is 571?
The pizza is in Los Angeles.
Well,
The pizza has arrived at your door. We have charged. We call 176. No, 1,000.
thank you for calling, but I didn't order anything, so thank you.
Yeah, I know. You didn't. Your neighbor did.
Oh, Jesus Christ. All right, so let's get back to the phone calls. Now my phone is stuck. Okay, there we go. I don't know what all this is about, but censorship is what's wrong with society caring. Much I get yours zone turned on into a landfill. Don't test me. Right now I have to message someone and I just get accused of censoring for okay. No, incoming call from Anonymous again. Oh, fuck. Yeah. Fingers. Go ahead, caller.
No, press 2.
Go ahead. All right, Pop. I'll answer your call. Oh, my God. How many people have to talk to at once? It's Pop again, is it? I think so. Unknown caller. Well, it's an answering machine. In voicemail. Alright, so let's get Pop back on here. Alright, Pop, you there? Okay. First of all, I don't know who the other person that was calling, but it wasn't.
It was Sherry. It was Sherry. I think it was Sherry.
Maybe. I have no idea. Could be. So, alright, so I'm going to still get back to the chat because I had to jump out of the chat to figure out who was buzzing me. Because I had a whole bunch of people buzzing me at once.
Okay, can we just focus on the topic at hand?
I'm trying to, but like I said...
I wanted to talk about Santa words. Okay, first of all, I want to make sure that you're going to call me after the live.
I said I will.
Alright, now second of all, I wanted to talk about Santa Muerte. She's the Mexican saint of the dead. And she's basically looks like a skeleton, but she's basically a skeleton version of the Virgin Mary.
Okay.
And she looks demonic, but she's not demonic. She's not demonic because she's helpful and she tries to help people. She's not demonic.
Okay.
But the Catholic Church still refuses to canonize her and calls the followers heretics. But she's technically a saint because the people crowned her as a saint. She's not crowned by the church as a saint. She's crowned by the people. Right.
Okay.
And basically, followers of Santa Muerte worship death. And they view death as the most holy event of life.
Alright, I'm just trying to catch up with some of the comments here, too. Alright, so she's kind of a saint, but she's not necessarily... Alright.
She's basically a demigod. She's like a demigod.
Okay. So what is she known for? What is she known for?
Well, usually she helps people. She was known for helping people who the Catholic Church wouldn't help. She used to help people who, like outcasts, people who lived in the ghettos, drug dealers, criminals, prostitutes, gay, lesbian, all types of people that are viewed as outcasts, including transgender people and other people who the normal saints don't really care about. Right. And who the Catholic Church didn't want to help. She helps a lot of drug dealers, outcasts, pimps, prostitutes, crackheads. Right.
Right. Well, right now, Pop, we got 15 people on here. Does anybody want to ask Pop any questions about what he's talking about?
Here's a good question. Everyone always focuses on birth and on weddings and on love. But why is death always viewed as a bad thing? And why is always dying viewed as something bad? In the Santa Muerte path, the followers of Santa Muerte view dying as the most beautiful thing and believe that in order to fully live, a person has to lose all their fear of dying. So we embrace the dead and death in order to lose our fears.
Right, but
and
you
to
know...
live a better, and to remind ourselves that life is limited and that we have to live to the fullest.
Well, I understand that.
Every single minute, the followers of Santa Muerte believe that every single minute we go closer to dying. And her job is to help us achieve our dreams.
Right.
She doesn't judge what people, and she doesn't judge what people ask her for. You can ask her for anything, and she won't judge. Her job is just to help you.
Well, like I said, to answer the question, why are people so afraid of dying? I'm going to answer that because a lot of people are actually afraid of the unknown. That's part of the reason why people are afraid of dying, because they're afraid of the unknown. And they know they're going to miss their loved ones very much that have already passed. And the truth is, there really is nothing to be afraid about dying, because dying is a part of life. Think of the flowers that die in the hard winter and the first frost. If they're annuals, that's it. Then they become compost. If they're perennials, they come back again in the spring, the next year. And there's nothing wrong with that. Death is just part of the cycle of life. It's just that many people and some scientists do tend to agree to some extent that people are energy. The energy that is in your body, that animates you, has to go somewhere. Because remember, under the laws of matter, energy can be neither created nor destroyed, can only be changed. So, for example, if I have potential energy, say in a piece of wood, and let's say that wood will actually burn and produce so many kilocalories of energy, right? Well, you need three things, right? You need oxygen, you need heat, and of course you need fuel, which is the wood. So the wood burns, it becomes carbon, it becomes soot. But theoretically speaking, that soot still has energy. It's just in a form that is different. But you can mix that soot with water and you can make sodium or potassium hydroxide, which is still a highly energetic reaction. So what kept your marshmallows warm at a campfire is now removing grease from your skin. When you mix the potassium hydroxide with lard and make soap. Or you can spray the potassium hydroxide in solution in the oven to remove your cooked on oven grease. That's another thing it does. So it's just transformed, but the energy is still there. That's something to keep in mind. Let know when you're gone. So, Chudapalski sent a photo. Oh, okay. Let's see. Does he have a comma 64? Who's they? Okay. Oh, bloody hell. Another incoming call from Paul Domino. I'll take him now. Okay, real quick. Go ahead, Paul.
Press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Go ahead, Paul.
Hey, Michelle, how you doing?
I'm doing alright. You just
unfortunate news.
Unfortunately, you just booted Pop off the phone because I can't have.
That's okay. Fuck Pop.
That's because I'm not in the studio. I can't do multiple calls at once right now. So,
It's okay. I just wanted to call and say I'm sorry, Michelle. I heard about your cat. I wanted to send my respects and condolences to you.
what's that?
I heard about your cat. I wanted to send my condolences to you.
You thought of Fame or Rusty?
Did not Rusty pass away?
Well, Rusty's right here. Fame is the one that's missing. And Dusty's missing.
Oh, okay.
Dusty went missing last year. Fame went missing this year.
Oh, I thought one passed. Someone told me one passed away. Never mind.
What am I doing tonight? Well,
Yeah.
Hey, Michelle, it's Spaghetti Flop. How are you?
How you doing, Miss Schmeckle Cat?
I'm good. How are you, honey?
I'm doing alright.
Yeah, so, what's the topic tonight?
So anyway, I'm going to get back to the chat on the screen so I can see what everybody else is typing. Oh, wait a minute. Phone! Don't do that to people. Come on, phone. This Android phone is starting to suck. Because one reason, it's running slower than ever. I think this phone needs to be, I think I have to reflash this phone, clear out the junk in it.
Yeah, show it your tits. She said she's gonna flash the phone.
What's wrong with you?
So, let's see. I have a question for Pop. When is Michelle gonna give me my band back? I gave you a band and you got Audacity. I don't know anything about that. That's not what.
Hey, Michelle, how do you feel about wrestling?
Okay. Well, I'm just trying to look at the comments here. Roger Kills is true.
How do you feel about wrestling?
Well, right now, basically, I got a lot of things going on all at one time, and it's getting confusing again.
Alright, Michelle, we can let you go. We just want to call and say hello.
Well, right now, I'm just following chat here on YouTube.
Bye, Michelle.
What?
We're gonna take off, Michelle. We'll continue to watch.
Excuse me?
Take care. Yeah, take care. I said we're gonna get off the phone so it won't make things easier for you.
Why don't you join us in the chat, guys, since obviously...
Okay. Okay, take care.
Alright, so I'll talk to you guys a little bit later, okay? Alright, so... Who else is on here? I don't know. So... All these people... You know that's not really Mitch McConnell, you know that, right? No, it's not. Okay. See y'all later, okay. Thanks for replaying. I have no unblocked. If Michelle is ignoring me. I'm not... Dollface, I just looked at your comment just now. Sorry, I'm only looking at a tiny little screen, so I feel the Pops took the not Roger IRL. Elliot Roger IRL. Anyone here dislike? I just talked to Ned. He's going to condemn 112 Main Street. I don't think so. It has something to do with the whole idea of racism, saying I'm a racist, and I'm not. People think I'm... why are you new Discord mods? I don't know everything about the story with that. I just looked really briefly at what was going on the Discord. I don't know everything about it. But I'll tell you one thing I do gotta do. I gotta take a quick restroom break. So, unfortunately, I don't have any music to put on for intermission. So I will be right back. Okay, so let me go use the bathroom. And I'll be right back. Okay? Just take my phone in the house so I don't lose that one. I'll be right back, guys. get caught up in the comments. Alright, so 13 people. Create a combination. Yam, I'm not dealing with that. Goodbye. It says, I figured it wasn't him. Yeah, because he typed some nasty stuff a few bit away up. I figured it wasn't him. Oh well, there are some things I will not tolerate on this channel. Okay, just the way it is. It's 9:45. It's 9:45. Yes, it is 9:45, isn't it? Yep. It's almost time to get ready to wrap it up. So, live chat. Let's just see if I missed anything. So roadkill, anyway, as far as the Commodore 64 goes, the Swinsid chip is a aftermarket replacement. It has a few interesting features that the original SID lacks, but it's designed to be backwards compatible. It was created by a Italian designer. The same thing with the other chip there. I think it's the PGA or the not PGA. What is that stupid chip called? That commonly fails because the original gate array, the GAL chips or the PAL chips, was originally when I made the smarts that made the chip work, was the original software in the chip sometimes rots away after a while. It's called bit rot. So Adam's Digital Basement found a way to, using modern GALs, can make a replacement for the that chip there. So, and it plugs right into the socket using two refurbished or older rewritable GAL chips. So you can actually burn a new replacement for that chip. That's not the Swinsid. The Swinsid is using an FPGA instead. It's a solution to a problem. But now we got the new C64 replacement that has a real keyboard and everything on it. It's using a modern type of software emulation to do it. It has two or four USB ports on it. I think it's two on the side and one on the back, as well as HDMI connector. So it doesn't do composite. And it does NTSC and it does PAL. So you can use it to play any games that it has an SD flash card on the side, so you can load your software in. I don't know the price of it. I know I've seen it demonstrated. It looks pretty interesting. She seems busy trying to keep up with the too many conversations at once. Yeah. Staying class is another troll. Probably is. I will have to look around and see who else is on it. But right now, Well, anyway, the point is that Roadkill Retro, or Retro Roadkill, people also one of the other things I'm interested in. I might as well mention something else. If anybody has those old office phones, the big ones with the big fat phone cords, the one with the 5 buttons and the hold button on it, and the matching key switching unit or KSU made by Western Electric, I'm into those. If you've got any of those 182 key phone sets and the matching KSU with a couple 500 cards or 400 cards, cards to at least handle 2 phone lines with a ring generator, I'd be interested in one of those because I've got the more modern Merlin digital Legend phone system, but I always loved the old clunky phones that they used to have that use such as the 565 or the 1565s. From Western Electric. If anybody has any of those with matching KSU and cables, I would be interested in having those for my donation. I really would like to show people how they work. And with our KSU we have now, our PBX, we can actually get a couple phones, a couple of the 25 pair of cables, and we can actually set up demonstrations here how it works. Eventually, one day, I'm going to set up Asterisk PBX for voicemail support so that we'll be able to take voicemail on both phone lines and maybe even set up an asterisk to LTE adapter so that we'll be able to send phone calls to trunk transfers to my cell phone. It may sound stupid, but that's okay. That's me. I do stupid shit because it's fun. Alright, so what is your thought on people policing their own towns? We already kind of have that. It's called Neighborhood Watch. It's just that Neighborhood Watch doesn't really have the authority to do arrests. And in some areas and states that allow stand your own ground, of course, Neighborhood Watch people can have the legal right to bear arms, concealed and non-concealed. The problem is with policing is even that is still questionable because most Neighborhood Watches don't have really much protection against the major troublemakers that the police have to deal with, like organized crime. Because they're not, they don't have the kind of tools that a full police department would have. And don't forget, the police department also provide other first responder services, such as responding to medical emergencies, car accidents. The Neighborhood Watch, unless they are trained in first aid response as an emergency, like EMTs, are probably not going to be able to help in those areas, which means that lives could still be at risk because people are not properly trained. That is another concern that needs to be addressed. I'm sure the police do a lot more than that, but honestly, phone, I hate you so much. Oh, okay, there we go. Says PAL is European, US is NTSC. Yes, it's true that most of my cameras in my studio are PAL, believe it or not. My studio uses European standard. My one camera that is over the computer is NTSC, and its video picture is not that good. The main camera, but that's partially because the camera itself is from the 90s. But the other camera, which is a 700 TVL camera, which faces the couch and the plushies, that is PAL. That's European PAL with 700 TVL. And that gives a way better picture. Maybe in the near future we'll upgrade and go with HDMI, or maybe we'll go with SDI. Net cameras are too slow, there's too much latency to keep up with the audio channel, that would be on a completely different signal coming in. So there would have to be a time delay adjustment. Trust me, I got enough crap in my system. I don't need any more conversions from E to D, D to A, and back and forth. It just adds latency to the system, big time, and no one likes that. Fine, Pop. I will call you back. Better to use a swin said than nothing at all. Yeah, I don't disagree with that. I'm just I gotta get the swin set. I haven't ordered it yet. I gotta get some more donations come in to help offset the purchases and stuff. Fine, Pop. I'll call you back. All right, just give me a second. All right. Oh God. All right. All right. Theoretically speaking, Pop, you're still here. All right. Fine. Oh, he was here. Why does he ask me to have him call him back when he doesn't even answer the phone? Question. Let's just leave the phone on in the background. Go ahead, call. Pop, are you there? Okay, so what's the story with the messages that you didn't get a chance to see earlier? It's still... Okay, retry. Okay. So, back to the comments. This is the reason we need a bigger monitor. This is why I need a big tablet so I can actually keep a track of everything that's going on. Ideally, it should be a MacBook. Because then I can actually have like more things going on and making it easier to interface everything. So there's a Chinese company of the GoPro called Xiaomi XL. It's really good. Quality camera for about $40 to $50. I've seen some inexpensive webcams for less than that. But the GoPro, of course, is good for recording video onto SD cards. So yeah, I might consider that. I know that the hydraulic press uses a couple GoPros in their smashing experiments, so the little cube ones that tend to get beat up when they run the Smashinator 5 million. Michelle, how is Dory doing in the lockdown? The same as everybody else. Bored. And fat. Used to be somebody on Discord called Big and Fat. Big and Fat. Yeah, well, bored and fat. So like what's going on? Everybody's basically feels the same way. It's like Dan Versus does. Oh, come on! I don't want to lay here forever. I want to go outside. I want to do something. Speaking of Dan Versus, who did you actually like better? Did you like Dan or did you like Chris? I think Chris is kind of understandable. What about his wife, the redhead there? I forgot her name. Oh yeah, she was a trip. The secret agent. Oh yes. So okay, Pop, I'll go look. Just give me a second. Holy crap on toast. Stay on the phone. Somebody will be with you shortly. Alright, I'll call you. Ugh. speaking of Dan Versus, it's too bad Dan Versus hasn't really did any updated ones, of course, since the series ended. I'd love to see Dan Versus social media. Social media! Okay, Pop. I called you. You didn't answer again. Ugh. Why does he have to call him and then he never answers it? Come on, Pop. I'm calling you. Can't you hear me? I am calling you. You don't even answer. There you go. There you go. Now I'm on there. Okay, Pop. Turn the speaker on. All right.
First of all, can you stop calling me Pop?
Well, that's what everybody knows you as. Everybody's always known you as Pop since the very beginning.
It sounds like poop.
It sounds like what?
Poop.
Poop? No, if I wanted to call you Poop, I would have called you something different. Alright, so let's see. Take notes, stop ignoring, stained glass, takes notes. I'm calling you. Javan still came up with that song, by the way, from Baghdad Cafe.
Michelle, can I talk without being interrupted?
Well, I can't help if we get interrupted, Pop. This is a live show. You know that, right?
Do you know what's going on in my area?
What's going on with the video?
Oh my God, can you listen? I asked, do you know what's going on in my area?
No.
People are literally going insane.
I believe it.
Listen, somebody had a concert in my area yesterday where they were playing music as loud as possible.
Right.
Right in front of my apartment building. And then apparently a person from my building chose to bring in speakers and a microphone into their apartment and to start playing music as loud as possible, where all the neighbors started complaining.
Really? They bought it set up in the hallway or outside in the courtyard?
No, it was inside of their apartment. They were using a microphone and a large speaker.
Trying to entertain the neighborhood? Did he play anything good?
Well, there was a person playing country music on the guitar yesterday.
Okay. Well,
But the other person was playing Arabic music. It was somebody playing Arabic belly dance music.
the building you have, does that have like a community room where people can actually go and hang out?
No, it doesn't.
Oh, okay. Because I thought most of those high-rises usually had like a community room for people to hang out.
It's not a high rise. It's not a high rise. It's a mid rise.
Well, it's
Michelle,
more.
my building is as bad as they get. It's just an old piece of junk.
Oh, a piece of junk with at least 16 floors. From what I've seen in the pictures of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we had somebody playing some music over here last week. I think it was on Thursday. It was something, or was it Thursday? You weren't on. Yeah, you weren't.
Michelle, I have a question for you.
What?
I have a question for you. What is your thoughts on black supremacy? Which the media never talks about it.
Black.
No, black supremacy.
I don't really have much to say about it.
Listen to this. The Southern Poverty Law Center
Oh,
lists
yeah, the SPLC. Yeah.
Can you stop interrupting?
Sorry.
The Southern Poverty Law Center lists various groups that are involved with black supremacy as being hate groups. One of these groups is the Black Hebrew Israelite Nation of Israel. Another one is the Black Panther Pan-African Party. The Southern Poverty Law Center is just as concerned about white supremacy as it is about black supremacy.
Okay.
But how come the media isn't discussing black supremacy like they discuss white supremacy?
Right.
When they're both two sides of the same coin.
Yeah. I am never totally. Well, I'm just reading. Okay. Well, networking. Okay, I'm just looking at some comments. I got a legit. I got some.
What about Jewish supremacy? What are your thoughts on it?
I don't know anything about that, Pop.
Like Israel, what are your thoughts on what Israel has been doing to Palestinians for decades?
I already said once before what I said about what they were treating the Palestinians, especially after the 1960s. Especially after.
Here's a good question.
After the 1965 Yom Kippur invasion, when they actually seized Palestine for themselves, that totally made Israel even less liked by their neighbors of Syria, Palestine, and even Egypt. Israel has a habit of basically making their own enemies because they keep doing stupid shit. And that's the truth. Well, it turns out that some of the stuff that happened with Israel actually goes back thousands of years, as Israel is constantly trying to find a way to reclaim the territories that they have lost. Even after 1945, Israel has been trying to get itself to be bigger. The sad truth is when the Palestinians build new properties outside of Israel, the Israeli Defense Forces, the IDF, under Benjamin Netanyahu, is constantly going in and bulldozing down the buildings instead of renovating them and making them available for all people to use. I think the situation with Palestinians and the Israelis needs to be resolved without the use of force. I do think that we need to come up with a solution to that. Okay? That's a fact. You gotta come up with a better solution. So what else is now going on? Right now we got 11 dislikes, 7 likes. Come on, guys, put some likes in the like jar. It wouldn't hurt you to have them. If you like these kind of shows where we can have all these all these people one time, it is taking me a lot of work to do it because right now I'm just doing it with one cell phone to actually follow the comments and one cell phone that is actually live streaming, and it's not at all a good solution. But at least we are on the air. We are streaming. Okay. So we're going to be live tomorrow too? I don't know. I don't know if we're going to be live tomorrow, guys. I really don't know what the long term is going to be. But, you know, we'll see what we can do to get as many people on here. Can I call back? You just called. You just called and hung up on us. You just called. Holy crap. I didn't even get a chance to take a look at my text messages. It is 49 kilobitties. I got a picture, but it didn't load up. Okay. So I gotta call everybody else back now. 3 new voicemail. Android system do not disturb on. Yes, I know, battery full for some reason. I will have to get caught up on all these people. I'll just get too many things going on at once, like usual. So who has called me on the visual voicemail? Unknown caller. Well, unknown callers. Unfortunately, get rid of those guys. Whoop. Okay. And go back to Pop again. Why? Because if I don't, he gets mad. Hello? For some reason, Pop keeps losing his connection. It's not your fault. I know it's not my fault. I didn't say it was my fault. Okay, it's me again. Alright, so let me get back to the chat. You keep hanging up on me or we keep getting that split, one or the other.
No.
I'm right here, Pop. You hear me?
I wanted to ask you this. First of all, number one, how come the media is not covering Palestine Lives Matter? Second of all, why is the media only covering George Floyd when at the same time a young boy who had autism was murdered by the Israeli police simply because he was Palestinian?
He's probably...
Third of all, what do you think about the fact that a young Palestinian boy was murdered trying to get into an art on his way to his school because he had autism? The Israeli police murdered him. What do you think about that?
Pop, here's the thing. Here's what I think. The reason why it's not covered in American media is because it's not an American story. And that's just the way our American media works. Our American media depends on sensationalism. And since it's not an American story, it's not likely to be covered by American media. Now, I'm sure in Israel it's been covered. I'm sure it's been talked about in Israel.
No, it hasn't. No, it hasn't been covered in Israel because the Israeli media do everything possible to censor all Palestinian news.
Okay.
So that the Israeli citizens don't know the other side of the story.
Right, well that's not uncommon.
They want the Israeli citizens to obey everything Benjamin Netanyahu says and to basically keep their mouths shut.
Right.
They don't want them to have access to other information.
Well, what about the Palestinian media? Did they cover the story?
Yeah, but it doesn't matter because the rest of the world doesn't know about it, and social media is shadow banning anyone who even puts the title Palestine in their title gets shadow banned or banned.
Right.
All the social medias are censoring everything about Palestine, and what makes this disgusting is that yes, Black Lives Matter. But at the same, what makes this disgusting is that it seems.
Well, it's funny was last night after I mentioned that news article about the fact that Minneapolis wanted to abolish the police, our live stream went dead, and I had to restart the live stream. It was almost like YouTube didn't want people to know about the fresh story. It just came off the news wire.
Well, why don't we talk to... Do you want me to channel Santa Muerte for you so we can talk to her about this? Questions and concerns you have.
I'm still live, Pop, so,
Well, yeah, do you want me to channel Santa Muerte about this situation?
Audience, do you want him to channel Santa Martin so he can talk about the situation?
Not Santa Martin. Are you even listening to yourself? I said Santa Muerte.
Marte.
Santa Muerte.
Okay.
Saint of the dead. Mother. She's
All right.
the
All right.
saint
All right.
of the
Okay,
dead.
I got it. I got it, Pop. All right. So right now we got 11. We got 10 people on, and I think that they might want to answer the.
Let me send you a picture. Let me send you a picture of her just so you know who I'm gonna be channeling.
Okay. You're gonna.
Stay on the line. Hold on.
Yeah, I'm still live now.
Hold on.
Let's see. The only thing I saw was a message from Nightbot. And you send it on the Hangouts. Okay, hold on. I gotta go to Hangouts. My God. All right, hold on a minute. I don't see anything yet on Hangouts. All right, so let me go back to the comments. See, and I have to keep going and load. This is why I need a laptop, guys. This is why I need a MacBook, because I can't keep up with this phone. This phone, it takes forever to swap between conversations.
I sent it to you.
All right. I'm losing all my viewers. Jeez. All right, hold on a minute. Let me go back over there. Okay, I see it. I see the picture. Atlantic 9 is to Holy Death of Powerful Santa Marte with... Okay. So basically, I see she's got the scales of Libra. She's got the sickle, which is sometimes also associated with Scorpio. I don't know much about her backstory, but yeah, I see the picture. Okay.
I'm gonna channel her, and I want you to ask me all the questions you have about everything going on and all your concerns. Okay?
Let's see.
And don't be afraid. Okay, don't be afraid to ask anything to her about anything that's going on. Right?
Well, okay. Well, the question the first thing the audience probably wants to know is, what does she think about what's going on with the police brutality in the United States and a lot of other police forces all around the world?
She's gonna speak through me, alright? My children, I think that police brutality is disgusting and deplorable. But I would also like to remind you that we need the police in order to maintain order and balance. And anarchy is a form of slavery, because if you have anarchy, that means survival of the fittest. In other words, the weaker members of society will have no one to defend them if you have no police.
Okay.
So anarchy is just as bad as police brutality, because anarchy also promotes abuse.
All right.
Right.
Does anybody in the audience have a question they would like to ask about this?
The saint of the dead.
Okay, what does she think of George Floyd? Was he really as bad as some people say he was?
He didn't deserve what happened to him. No, he didn't. He didn't deserve what happened to him.
Okay.
Right.
What's going to happen to the police officer Chauvin that was accused of second degree?
She has a question. She has a question for you.
Okay.
Why is only the George Floyd case being covered when there's been so many other cases of police brutality, even more recent than George Floyd? And how is only focusing on black men instead of black
That's a good question.
women?
I don't know.
How come nobody's focusing on police brutality against women and black women? Why are they only...
Again, I think part of the reason is because the way American media is, it's controlled for sensationalism. There was a similar event happened to a white guy by a white police officer, and I believe it was Oregon, and nobody ever mentioned a word except Fox News did bring it up briefly. So I don't know why it always has to be focusing on minorities when the same actions can happen to anybody. Probably because they can sell newspapers and online time and articles. Yeah, again, Pop disconnected again. I'm not calling him back again. So, it's almost time to get ready to get going anyway, guys. It's already 10:20 at night. For Retro Roadkill, I apologize that I didn't get a chance to focus on answering your questions. I think you were trying to ask me some serious questions, and unfortunately I didn't get a chance to answer them. On this show like it is, trying to cover programs is very difficult because of the nature of how we're doing the show. We don't have access to a big large screen like on a big laptop, like a 17-inch laptop. So everything is being done on this phone, and my little eyes have a hard time reading all these comments because they flip around so fast. And on top of that, when I have to start juggling between phone calls on this phone for people peace and other people that call in, I have to answer that screen, which takes me off the chats. Then, if I'm talking to somebody on the phone and somebody else tries to call in on Hangouts, then I have a problem because I can't actually answer the two calls simultaneously, which makes it very hard for me. This is one of the reasons why it's like every other live stream. It covers everything and anything. You know how they go. But I want to just wrap it up real quick because it's been a while since we've been on now for about 2 hours and 22 minutes. So, as far as the synopsis for tonight's show, I don't really have any answer what it would be. But I just want to try to clear the air with some of the audience how this show works. When you're out here out on location like this, there's no mixer board, there's no switchboard, there's no large screen so I can read the chats. That's why you see my face, which is so close to my eyes, so because I can only read so close. And that's the reason why I sorely really need a better setup for outdoor work. But the weather is good, and I wanted to do a show outside for the last few days because the weather is going to be nice. Tomorrow it's going to be pretty hot. Tomorrow it's going to be high of 30 degrees Celsius in the day. And I don't know if I'm going to be live or not tomorrow. I haven't decided yet. But that's one of the reasons why I like the vlogs better, because they're easy to read and they're easy to keep up with in the comments. So no synopsis for Google. Just everything like you always do. But you know what? The thing is, we've been covering a lot of content on this channel. We've covered things such as police brutality. We talked about how Minneapolis wants to try to abolish the police department. We've covered how people are being screwed by the stimulus program or lack of stimulus program. We have covered all that. And of course we got to see Rusty the Cat. And we talked about Jemkin. What the hell you want to do with that? I don't know. But so we've covered a lot of things today in those 2 hours and 30 minutes. Let's say 2 hours and 30 minutes. Actually 2 hours and 23. Actually, no, it's about 2 hours 20. just came out here about 8:05 and started at 8:05, so you see 2 hours and 19 minutes. Okay. So we've covered many things today. And now, of course, it's time for me to call back Pop in private again. And as far as are we going to be doing a live stream tomorrow, as I said, I don't know yet. You see, really we need to get the resources together to get the home phone lines and the studio line back in. Now, I've already, as I said, I already got the security deposit for it and for the installation. But now we need to have about $400 to cover for 4 months of service until my rate goes back down to $700 in October. Because given what's going on with the stimulus checks, we don't know when they're actually going to finally approve the stimulus checks, which is creating a lot of consternation for Americans. That's a scary fact in the reality of what's going on. Just everything like life. But for now, everybody, tomorrow we'll try. I'll see if I can keep up with your comments and your chats. And we'll do my vlogs tomorrow like we usually do. And we'll try to get caught up on everybody else's questions that they couldn't see. Because they're constantly jumping around between the Pop and the phone and everything else. That's the easiest way to do it. Alright guys, either way, I'm going to let you go. Stay out of trouble. See you guys soon. Bye bye, everybody.